Welcome back to the Crooked Spine Show. Through the pandemic, most massage centers were shut down. Massage therapists individually who had a passion to help people during this time were able to adapt and, when it was safe, find ways to practice their craft with their clients. Monique Johnson was one of those people. I am fascinated by her unique story of resilience and now success in growing her personal massage spa during COVID called Total Body Bliss. Today's topics include her experience the last 18 years, how she's grown in Southern California, even out of state, her clientele in Rancho and also up in the mountains. Also, too, what is her massage spa and why her and her husband decided to build it on site versus rent a space. Another topic include also how she takes care of herself and as a chiropractor myself too, why that's so important to take care of ourselves first to help take care of our clients also. She also goes through her plethora of unique treatments to help her clients based on what they needed for that day in that treatment. Also, to how Monique is able to help people through, and this is the fall of 2022 when you do this overall talk, and how she helps people now get back to a post-COVID life to back to better and hopefully a new normal for them as they get back to normal work schedules too. Also, to when dealing with people, sometimes we have people that have chronic pain that affects themselves mentally, not just physically, how she helps them get through that mental stress on top of just physical stress combined. Including too is starting your self-care routine with or without massage and what Monique recommends to get yourself to a healthier state now. And also to exactly making Monique part of your health team, my recommendation to make your overall body healthy and stay healthy, my friends. This is again that we're as I shoot this intro to this podcast. This is the happy, I would call it happy 2023 New Year. So let's get ourselves started in getting ourselves healthy with massage and all starting your own self-care routine to get healthy for this new year coming up. Okay, my friends, have a good week and we'll see you next week. Well, this is Dr. Tony. I'm here with Monique Johnson. And she is an expert massage therapist in the sense where she's done the whole route of going part-time, full-time mom, manager of a massage center, and now she runs her own business, her own oasis on her property, and still takes care of 3+ kids, as far as I know. I don't know. Yes. Just a bunch of stuff going on in her life. Okay? So she's running the full show. She's done it for how long now?
18 years.
18 years. Wow. That's enough time. I've been in practice for almost 20 years. That's enough time to call yourself an expert because you've got through the good times, bad times, and learned your art, learned your craft, so you are an expert in my mind. All right? So, Monique, walk me through your process, how you got here from part-time, full-time, manager, everything. Give me an update.
Oh, that's a very long story. So I went to school when I was 19, graduated at the top of my class, ended up opening up my own center in the back of a Pilates studio for about 6 years.
Okay.
We moved off the mountain, went to Garden Grove. I got a lead therapist position down at Disneyland at their spa.
Wow.
Worked there for 2 years.
Awesome.
When we moved back to Lake Arrowhead, I reopened my business in my home though because I was still trying to have another child.
Mm-hmm.
And,
This one?
Yep.
God, congratulations, you made it.
Thank you. She did. So we were there for about 6 years, and then we packed it up and tried to move out of state for a year and a half. So I did take a break. Kind of went back to some old roots of working for a school district, and wasn't for us, so we came back.
Okay.
Came back to Rancho Cucamonga. Here I'm new. I started off at Massage Inn for a little bit just to kind of get to know the community.
Got it. Okay.
Then jumped ship and went to another spa where I could actually be acting manager and do more of what, well, at that time being about 15, 16 years into it,
Got it.
not just being a worker.
So it's almost you're doing the business side for a business versus doing, are you doing massage back then too?
I was,
Okay.
yes.
So
it was kind of I had the hat of many positions at that place.
Okay, so you're back and forth back. This is back in 1920?
2019, yeah.
Okay. And Southern California is Rancho Cucamonga if you're not watching it from local SoCal area. And part of it from 20, so when did you shut down?
March of 2020.
The time, boom, it hit us all, right?
Yeah.
In the world, crazy.
Yeah.
And when you shut down, how long did it take you to go, okay, now it's shut down, what do I do next?
I literally, within 2 weeks, had my table shipped to my house, a new one,
Boom.
and my products, and just started doing house calls and started making phone calls and reaching out to friends to see who was comfortable with me doing a house call, taking all the safety precautions possible.
Good.
Letting everybody know what I clean my products with and my equipment with. That way they felt safer, and thank God for friends. They really kept me afloat.
Well, they kept you going because they could trust you.
Yes.
You built that trust. How many people you know that you worked with before March of 2020 when things hit that quit doing massage therapy?
Oh, multiples. Yeah, on my massage groups there was just one after another. I'm switching careers. I'm throwing in the towel. I can't find work. Nobody's hiring. I can't do it. I'm switching careers, and it was probably a good dozen that I know of.
What do you think? What made them want to quit versus making people want to stay being a therapist, even though it was going to be 10 times harder?
It's the work. It's putting in that hard work. I like to be an entrepreneur. I love working for myself. I love making my own schedule. It's actually really difficult for me to work for someone else because of going from working for myself to then
going back and forth, back and forth. Well, you've seen both sides.
Yes.
You know how it works.
Yes.
And then is there one characteristic you could say that made you want to now go from being part-time, mobile, whatever I can, to now I want to build my ways, I want to make this a permanent business decision on my property versus just mobile?
Honestly, I would say, just wanting to be successful and having that financial freedom, and our baby kind of threw a little wrench in there. We were not planning on having another one. Yes. So that kind of pushed us back a little bit, and because we were looking at commercial spaces, and it was like, all right, let's do this full throttle, let's do this right. I want to have employees, I want to be able to retire, but I also want to mold a company to be as much like me as possible to actually help people to find passionate therapists, which is actually very difficult to find.
It's hard to find someone that when I'm going to use the word perfectionist in a personal sense, as I think I've been told I have been, is there's a certain standard we set for ourselves.
Yes.
That standard, I call it Tonyism, you can call it Moniqueism, whatever you want to call it. That standard is set high enough to where someone doesn't meet that standard, you go, okay, I can't work with someone like that. Yeah. And there might be some leeway in there, but when someone's personality is someone's personality, you have to be able to depend on them to be your brand, your name. I can go with my partner here, for example. We've been I call it married for the last almost 20 years now, and it's been very good. We're on the same standard of what we expect from our staff, from ourselves, and from our office to brand us with a good reputation, accept as much as possible. But it's hard to find that. So when you have that standard, it's okay, how do I make this my thing and then promote that within so I can have a positive ROI, run a successful growing business, but not overdo it either, correct?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah,
When and your husband, you mentioned in construction, he was able to build an oasis. So I'm going to put some pictures after the show as a comment so you can see the oasis being done built. How does that work from you going from mobile to having your own center on site?
I would say it's actually really nice. It's really nice. Well, because, me being only 5 feet tall, my table's 48 pounds, it throws me off.
With the beast.
Quite a bit, yes. So I still do house calls. I just try to pick certain days that are a little slower. I just try to schedule that, but being at my house it's so much nicer.
People show up, you do it, and you're done.
Yes.
We have a table here. It's about 50 pounds. No, and it's bulky. It's like this big.
Yes. See?
It's a beast. It's not even like here. It's not a kettlebell. It's here.
Yes.
So, and having carried that, and the same thing. I have people that they mention that I love doing it, but the mobility, the stress on the body too.
Yeah.
No, that's how do you keep yourself physically fit to do what you do?
I do a lot of workouts at home. I hardly ever sit down. I try to stretch as much as possible. Coming from, 23 plus years in ballet, I don't stretch half as much as I should.
Well, again, the standard is so high,
right?
But is it enough to get you through your day?
Yes. And then I know too that it's like if my thumbs start bothering me, I know I'm using my thumbs too much. I gotta back off. I gotta ice. I gotta stretch them and heat them at the same time.
It's a self-care that we sometimes, same thing as chiropractors. I go to seminars sometimes. There's a chiropractor over there icing down, one with a brace on, with a back brace on. I'm like, take care of yourselves, people.
Yeah.
But it's that self-care sometimes we forget about because we're taking care of the people all the time. with your idea of how things work, how has it been running the business side as your own business versus someone else's business?
Honestly, for my own business, because I know the ins and the outs, I know where all my paperwork is. I have everything in line and organized in that sense. It's a lot less stressful when you go in to somebody else's business that inevitably
their
was
own
kind
system.
of, yes, that's it. You find the flaws and you know, it's kind of like diving in the deep end and trying to swim your way through it and organize things and fix things. And
it's hard to help people when you're so worried about the business end of it versus just helping people first. Business side becomes easier, I think.
It gave me a lot of lessons that I did need to learn too for my own business of just having to do my own research of like, okay, I don't think that's legal, and then having to look into it. And
how much have you mentioned relied on people to help you grow your business? How much you relied on people to help you grow the business side of seeing people as a massage therapist, clients, to now the business side of running a business? How much have you reached out to people or used, for example?
It's been, I've held back because of the baby quite a bit. And just being worried that I would put too much on my plate and not be able to juggle the baby and my business as well. So I use social media, a lot of word of mouth, a lot of text messaging, throwing out deals, summer deals, holiday deals. And like right now I have a summer special going on because I'm a little slow. Yeah, a lot of people are on vacation. So I threw out a summer deal of 2 one-hour massages for $100, which is a steal of a deal.
Easy.
Very easy.
Well, it allows you to still be busy and still grow clientele and still use them to, as everyone knows, your best referral comes from people you already see. They're the best referral source. When you grow that referral base, boom, that's how you grow a business. Okay. Switching ships to go, okay, now I feel confident knowing that, or I feel comfortable knowing that Monique is competent at running a business and being there for you, and she'll be there when she schedules you, she'll be your therapist. What you offer inside your spa, your oasis, that allows people to get healthy?
I offer a lot.
Good, but I want to hear about this. This is my biggest.
So I really specialize in proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation.
PNF?
It's a mouthful, a full mouthful, so PNF. But it's breaking up scar tissue, using hot and cold stone therapy, increasing range of motion. I mean, really getting in there, doing muscle releases, however and whatever techniques you end up needing to use to help people heal from post-surgeries or injuries.
Good.
And I also deep tissue, that's definitely a number one ask for. Getting in there with the elbows, stripping out the muscles, getting all that lactic acid out of there. A lot of sports, a lot of post-sports, so a lot of stretching, muscle releases, deep trigger point work, getting in there. Sometimes with hot stones, if I feel like it's necessary, or if I see an area that's swollen, I'll throw in some cold stones. And then I do a lot of lymphatic as well, which wasn't as popular in the mountains. In the mountains, a lot of my clientele was over the age of 60, so it was mostly deep tissue and stretching.
Got it. So your demographics did change when you moved down here?
Quite a bit. So now it's age 30 to about 75. So it's a big difference. A lot
range.
Yes, a lot of hairstylists, a lot of desk jobs. So a lot of upper back and shoulders and...
when I say like the hunched posture per se.
Yeah, big time. And then a lot of plastic surgery down here. And it's huge, huge for lymphatic. It helps you heal. It helps all the inflammation get out of there a lot quicker. And unfortunately, I found that a lot of doctors don't know of any certified therapists out there. I've tried getting my name out, tried calling some plastic surgeries and surgery centers, and unfortunately, they all want to keep it in-house.
In-house, I mean, that's the thing. I have patients that unfortunately have had breast cancer. They've had to have some lymph nodes removed, and that lymph node they were doing has been affected, but they had to reach out themselves versus their doctor saying, "Hey, go and do this." Most surgeons that I've seen, they go, "Okay, we're done. Good luck out there." You have to almost do your own research. So putting something out like that, where okay, I do lymph node that does helps this benefit. People to talk about that is going to be huge.
It's huge.
Great.
It's one of my number one clients that has been in my life for 18 years now. She's family. I still travel to Lake Arrowhead to see her.
Wow.
She has a severe lymphedema from breast cancer.
Okay.
And so I still do lymphatic on her.
Wow. Yeah. She knows the routine. Has she done a video for you yet?
No.
Good, hint, hint. Same. I would do.
I'm like, I'll have to see if she'll do it for me.
And right now, just being July 2022, sorry, and we're kind of getting out of most of the severe COVID we've been in. Businesses are open. We're kind of getting back to normal business schedule cycles. What are you seeing now as the biggest stressor bringing people to massage?
Working, hustling. Yeah, did it happen to pick up the slack for, either the company not having enough workers, or just being overworked, working at home at the computer all the time. They're coming in with headaches, a lot of upper back stress knots and stress and tension in their arms, and a lot of sciatic pain. I'm seeing a lot of clients that are coming in for a lot of hip pain, so a lot of TFL and a lot of IT band work, and a lot of the times I have clients that come in for their sciatic. So, and that is definitely one of my specialties on releasing sciatic.
Good.
A lot of times too, they don't realize that, the nervous system is like a freeway system through our body, right? So they don't realize that sometimes it's not the sciatic, sometimes it's the stiffness, or it could be something else. And then breaking that down and going through it, and I always start with the easiest. Let's release your piriformis to get it to let go of the sciatic if it's your sciatic.
Do you educate your patients as you work with them of what's going on? Why do you, I agree that's important, but why is that important?
I think it's really important so that they understand, so that they can actually maybe visualize what's going on with their body, so that they know how to help themselves at home if I can't be available last minute.
Huge.
And I always let them know, call me, text me. If I'm not available, just text me, let me know what's going on, and I will walk you through stretches that you need to do, what equipment you need to grab, and what can help you.
It's almost like you will become their primary care clinician, and when even if they are on a weekend or a Sunday morning, okay, I woke up, I can't move, what do I do?
Yes.
Phenomenal. What I like, you mentioned you want to help by educating our patients, your clients, allows us to then give them the knowledge to become their best doctor on their own. Their best therapist on their own. That's our biggest plan, right? We help them. Again, everyone comes in my office today, shoulder pain, back pain, and hip pain today. Okay? So my thing is, we'll come in with pain, yes, that's a new patient, but how do you educate them to become their best doctor so that pain happens again, they know what to do?
Yes,
Boom.
Exactly. And I always tell them, you have to be your own advocate. Always.
Yes.
And a lot of times they're afraid to go to the doctor. Or it's just, oh man, it takes me months to get in.
Yeah.
You gotta get in. I don't have x-ray vision. I can't see. There's something going on in there. And it's just
Well, but you know, certain point, okay, I may be able to help you with this, but what point do you go, and everyone has their gray area, okay, I'm going to help you, but we have to do this, this, and this also outside of my care. What point do you feel like that's your, because mine is like, if someone's come to my office, my chiropractor, and I'm seeing for 2 weeks, they're not seeing progress, even within a week, okay, we're not seeing progress in a week and a half, but let's go get an MRI.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Let's get the next step level of at least diagnosing it properly so we're not missing anything.
Yes. And usually for me it's about 2 to 3 weeks.
Good.
And it's usually, okay, let's try something else the next time. And getting them to come in every week too. It's like, you're not going to see a change if you don't come in every single week. And that's, and I've seen that. It makes a huge difference compared to down here with the different demographics. They can't come in all the time. And I'm starting from ground zero every single time. And that's when I try to explain them, like, we're not getting to where we need to be. I'm not seeing what I possibly need to see because I'm not seeing you often enough. And then at that point, if it's not getting better, they're still swollen, they're doing the right things at home, I've tried 3 different techniques, it's still not working, that's when I always need to go to the doctor, make a doctor.
It's time.
It's time. Get an x-ray, get an MRI done.
That's almost like you have, again, the experience to tell someone, I've seen this before, boom, this is a recall thing, let's make sure you're getting the right care. I don't care if you see me or not, let's make sure you get the right care for you.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I had someone come in about probably 3 months ago, and she saw a chiropractor for 15 months and never got better.
Wow.
I go, what the heck?
Wow.
I almost go, okay, I mean, how does someone leave someone on care that long and not see improvement? I don't get it.
Right.
So, in looking out for someone's, being, again, advocate for someone's health, you're going to go, okay, I may help this person, but I'm not helping them right now. Let's get them to where I can help them. I tell people, if you're not a level 5 pain out of 10, a level 5 out of 10 pain level by the time I end in 2 weeks, you got to get some of the imaging done. Yeah. Let's see where else you can do. How do you deal with people when they have pain that has now made them feel stressed and or anxious and or depressed?
Ooh, that's usually, that's
this is
a
a
good
bonus
one.
question. I
Yes.
didn't ask you before.
That's usually, talking to them, getting things calmed down. A lot of times too, when their pain has reached that point, I take it down a notch. I back off the deep tissue. So when I go in lighter, a little more hot stone, and get their body to calm down. I'll dig in just a little bit. I'll see it react. I calm it down again. So it's working hard, playing nice, working hard and playing nice. Because my experience in school was that, my teacher supervisor often was pushing her to, teach them to get in there and start ripping it out. I instantly saw a pushback on everybody that did that too. And in the end, I got myself into a little bit of a pickle because I did get into an argument with her where I said, if you're actually observing and paying attention, their body's kicking back.
You can adjust as you go, right?
Yes, it's not responding well. And I don't believe the body is responding best that way. I think you need to go in there a little gentle, start it, warm it up, then dig it in, see how it starts to respond. If it responds negatively, back off. Good. But if it doesn't, then you can kind of dig in a little bit. I have had several clients that will afterwards say, "Oh man, that was intense and that was literally painful." And for me, I was like, "Wow, I heard zero fluctuation in your voice. It felt like you could take it."
Like, you're doing fine. I saw the tears. You're good.
But I always tell them, please tell me. If the pain reaches higher than an 8, I have to back off. Because some too have been led to believe that the harder it is and the more painful it is, it's good for you. And I said, no, it's not. Because that means I can release too much. And if you go past that 4 days of pain, it's too much. You can bruise, you can cause injuries. It's not okay. I have to stop.
It's almost they just don't know
yes.
where it is. By communicating with them, allowing them to understand what's going on, you can now communicate through verbal or through grunts or through guarding that, okay, now let's back it off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know that's okay to do.
Yeah.
With someone coming in that they're pretty tight, they have a stressful job, how do you recommend coming back or setting up a frequency with them coming in? How does that usually work with you?
I'm probably too nice because at that point I'm usually letting them know. I recommend you coming back every week. Mm-hmm. It would be better for you, but I understand. You're a mom, you get busy, and you work. So give me a call when you have the time. Let's get you in as soon as possible. And oftentimes too, I do let people know that, maybe a little tight on budget.
Yeah.
And if I feel that they need to come in, and I have told certain individuals, you need this. Mm. So if the price isn't working for you, let me know.
Work something out.
We can negotiate. Yeah.
And that's the thing is you're looking out for someone's health versus I just want to come in for a massage.
Yeah.
So it's looking at someone's overall well-being, going, okay, you have this stress in your life. The stress is not going to go away. How do we work around your schedule to make sure you get enough of the care you need so the self-care can become more effective than you do on your own? You said people's lives are crazy right now. It's okay, it's commercial break. It's stressful. It's like, I can't turn it off.
Yep. No.
We're almost done, like 5 minutes left.
Nope, on a rope.
So a lot of it is going to be how do we get our bodies, and as you deal with people too, whatever their stress level is, how do you bring that level down enough so they can actually feel relaxed, feel their health coming back, and then maintain that, right?
Yeah.
It's huge.
It's totally huge. And it's just coaching them to understand that they have to create a new muscle memory. And it's, meditation at home, whatever brings you down, whether it's going for a walk, reading a book, sitting outside for a minute, meditating, going for a run, Pilates. I recommend Pilates all the time because it's extremely strengthening but low impact on the body and joints. And so it's getting them to understand, okay, we've got to take your stress levels, because I have high anxiety. Yeah. I always have, and I've always had to just figure out how to simmer down,
Yeah.
Yes, and a lot of the times it's just soothing music, meditation, going for walks, going outside and having that time to myself. And I know as a mother, it's extremely difficult.
Yeah, 3.
You might get 1 minute, but at least
the
the 1 minute might help, But honestly, massaging my clients has been my release.
Huge. It's your like you had mentioned too, and it's your passion, so that allows you to feel good about what you do as a call it job, as a business. Why not? Yeah. When you went, my wife asked me a few months ago, I keep saying this, is what's your favorite day of the week? I go Monday. Yeah. Monday? Why Monday? and see all my patients again.
There you go.
But it's fun.
Exactly.
Fun for me. They entertain me every day.
Thank you. Exactly.
You know?
It's my Zen time.
It's when I feel like I know what I'm doing.
Yes.
You know, that's
Thank
what it comes down to. We had stuff going on this office. We had one of our tables break. I'm like, we'll figure it out. It's life.
Yeah.
When you have someone like yourself, Monique, to where you understand how to balance out, and again, a life, a family life, and then still run a business inside your property and home, phenomenal. And be effective and look at people's well-being, not just their shoulder pain, their back pain, their neck pain, their tightness or soreness, but their overall well-being as a person. That's the key, I think. As a takeaway, what do you want people to know for your first show on the Crooked Spine Show today?
You know that I know what I'm doing, but I am humble enough to know that if I don't know something, I will research it and I will figure out the answer for you. I will always listen, I will always be there for you, and I will do my absolute best to make you feel better and fix you.
I think working with Monique as your massage therapist will be a relationship.
Yes.
That she becomes your I want to call it soft tissue clinician to help your body understand how to stay healthy in a stressful time, and how to overall, once you feel good, how do we now get stronger? How do we handle the stress of our day, physically, mentally, and emotionally?
Yeah.
All right. And the show notes has all links to her website, her Instagram. You're not on TikTok yet, are you?
I am not on TikTok yet.
Don't go. That's
I need
crazy.
to
When you're ready. But her information is out there. She's gonna put more videos out there too. Hint, hint. More and more, and to show her progress and help build up her marketing. I just want to get to start with this video because I understand my friend recommended Danny Serrano. He'll probably watch the show down the line too.
Thank you.
Understand exactly what he needs. I've known him forever. He gets massage often, so I trust his opinion. And Monique, you're my new best friend.
Thank you so much, Anthony,
Thank
for
you.
having me here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching the show, guys.